Today Victoria Arlene is a 33-year-old very healthy person. But that wasn't always the case. At the age of 11, she developed two rare conditions known as transverse myelitis and acute disseminated encephalomyelitis. This was an extremely rare scenario, and Victoria quickly lost the ability to speak, eat, walk, and move. She slipped into a vegetative state from which recovery was thought unlikely. Arlene spent nearly 4 years locked inside her own body, completely aware of what was going on, just unable to move or communicate. Doctors believed there was little hope of survival, and recovery was unlikely. In 2010, at age 15, after almost 4 years, a new medication eased the seizures and she began to communicate. Victoria began relearning how to speak, eat, and move. BBC Outlook Weekend related her story in an interview with Harry Graham, where she described being able to hear what others said while she herself could not communicate in any way during her years of the worst phases of the diseases. Strangers were often negative in their assessment of her chance of survival, which words she heard. She described the support of her family as essential in every phase of the diseases and her recovery. They never gave up on her. After a doctor tried a medication that eased the seizures she endured, she gained her first ability to respond in communication with her mother. She had loved to swim before the diseases struck. Her brothers took her to a pool to restart her in swimming, well before she could walk. She took up the challenge of swimming in the Paralympics in summer of 2012, just over a year after her brothers first put her in a pool. In June 2012, after a world record-breaking performance at the 2012 Summer Paralympics U.S. swimming trials, Arlene qualified for the 2012 Summer Paralympics held in London as a member of Team USA. In London, she won 4 medals, 1 gold and 3 silver. In 2013, she was deemed not disabled enough to compete in the Paralympics because she did not provide significant proof that she has a permanent disability. The decision came as she was in Montreal, ready to compete. Paralympic rules include competitors with permanent disability, which is a complex decision. Her doctor thought there was a chance she might recover in the future, and the Paralympic Committee decided evidence of permanent disability was lacking. It was difficult for Arlene not to be allowed to compete. Her family contested it, but the decision stood. She was allowed to keep the medals she won in 2012, an acknowledgement that there was no deception by the athlete. Victoria is a Christian. She grew up as a Christian. When she was in her locked-in state from her rare conditions, she prayed to God on a daily basis. She made a promise to God in prayer for her recovery. She has spoken of the importance of her faith in her life.